Oh yeah, Talking Point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah, Unale we pledge, we love and loyalty. To we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, Fambula, welcome back to yet another very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. My name is Mohammed. Today, again, we get some very, very important issues and we can deliberate. Among the issues, we'll put number one first because our breaking news, Dr. Samura Kamara, they don't file a petition against them. What's in this mean for election? What's in this mean for the candidacy of Dr. Samura Kamara? Secondly, the All Political Parties Association, Appa, they don't disclose their true intention why then they run for the presidency in the first place, why they even register. And this just brought us to the fact that many, many times we don't question the existence or the relevance of their small party where maybe now 20, get reach 20 members there. And from all waiting that don't plan, we see in future we might even request for we go back to the drawing board and try to put stringent measure for just put to democracy in jeopardy or a joke. And also they look at the Bank of Salon don't pull a statement wherein then they encourage now for let people and use foreign currency in lieu of the loans. Mind you, I think like 2 years ago, the Bank of Salon pulled a resolution and pull a law rather. They pull a law and ban the use of any foreign currency in respect of loans. In other words, like you not go use no other foreign currency for paid debts except loans. So what's in this U-turn? What's it mean? Plus, we have small suggestion who we go make on this. And we also get the latest video, the pastil enjoy in the wilderness. The former bank governor or the bank governor was in the on leave. He don't make for we one new selfie. If he saw the party dance, my God, hey, Salomon is sweet. And also, we get one funny video, just at least for just ease the tension. And all this and more plus the text, always with the anticipate, with the wait, with the look forward for that text because it means a lot to we. It tell we how they feel, on our contribution, on our ideas. It's just too fabulous. We not going to make them program without now. So we really, really appreciate that text. Text where they within we policy, when I know now within our policy, respect and civility, we go definitely spend time and read that. And also, if you're not the first in this for John, we want to use this opportunity for welcome you at Talking Point platform. Yeah, at the home of all Sierra Leonean, home of credible news information. Anything when you get here, the rest assured say we don't check it. That I make if we not sure butter, we tell you say now so then say we're not sure butter for let you not take some tear because trust is very, very difficult. It's hard for build. Once it broke that part. If you broke the trust, you business people there, or you viewers there, or you customers in any field, for let you rebuild land, very, very difficult task, Sandy. So we don't go that line there at all. So that make with the take time. So welcome. If you're not subscribed it, consider for subscribe and help us share the platform. So we're esteemed valuable family members there. We really appreciate you now. And we know say now get this platform and make it on reach this level. Now, I just want to announce say we don't reach 13,000 subscribers. This now organic traffic, 13,000 subscribers. So all under we all Antona because if you're not be the share this content, other people they not be the subscribe. But like I say, we go now 50,000 at the end of the year. So now we get that at the back of our mind. We'll continue to share and like the program. And then they go help we follow, we continue to stay afloat. So I'm not going to say they can shortly for can continue the program.
Talking Point platform. For news within our country, alone. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TV.
All right, so let me go now the first thing first. This is not like a breaking news. This breaking news. Let me run quickly. We see from Sierra Loaded, so we don't even get time for put her in that decent format. But anyway, we just send on to our direct down and know who's how we get the source. So let doubt know there at all, you know. So Sierra Loaded now one trusted site anyway. Most of the information already they put is accurate. Now let's see what them put. Let we see what them put. As soon as they see now the screen, now this Sierra Loaded puts about Samura. Let read them quickly. A shots. Former Minister of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, Dr. Sylvia Blyden, has claimed that former Sports Minister and Ambassador Kolsin Toure have filed a petition against Dr. Samura Kamara at the Supreme Court. Former APC Sports Minister Paul Kamara and former APC Deputy Ambassador Kolsin Toure have filed 3 grounds of objections to APC Samura Kamara at Supreme Court, Blyden wrote on our official page on Facebook. Pages of the affidavit have surfaced online with the signature of Paul Kamara and lawyer Charles Puje visible. Rumors of the petition first gained wild attraction after Blyden wrote about it last week, but distanced herself from any intention to do so. Country's Electoral Commission recently educated the public on nomination, petition, and campaign while stating that the window of petition for presidential candidates was still open, unlike other categories. The petition is believed to serve a big blow to the APC camp as the country edged towards election in June this year. All right, so that are one short one, a very short. Now, what does this mean? It means a lot. It means a lot. It means a difficult road ahead. It has for process for APC, it has for process for Dr. Samura Kamara. The reason we make this say so. Now, if they follow we in this platform, we come up with some of the recommendations of ECSL, and they even put dates. I think we need for share one of these dates and thing. Last year, I wanna see last year, I wanna see something. We put this thing up here, say ECSL. We go read back parts of which we put, ECSL be put. Now, if you see on my screen, yonder, that not the dates. Now, let's read for now something very quickly. Yeah, let's read quickly on this one. Though we come to the analysis better one. Now, you see, as soon as they see from my screen, within the 7 days after nomination period ends and the various presidential candidate names are gazetted, any citizen can object to Supreme Court against any of the presidential candidates until such time all the nominations are provisional or temporary. In this case, according to the calendar of ECSL, the nomination ends on May 9th and gazetting of nominated names ends on the 10th. 7 days from that date, May 17, so after that date, no objection can be filed at the Supreme Court against candidature of any presidential candidate, and all candidates will be perfectly cleared now with a permanent nomination to go ahead and contest as presidential candidates for their parties. So Fabula, as soon as they see, just like what we explained to you back then, this is not the procedure. As soon as they see the 17th at the last day, because ECSL, according to the constitution of the country, whenever on gazette are like a public document where every citizen get access to for go see. if you object to the candidature of any of the presidential candidates, now you write for going to the Supreme Court and will give the reason why you make you feel say this person not deserve for stand as a president. Now, I think that 11th hour this happened behind closed door. We don't get this information. Say that they file a case against Samura. In fact, this now the second time this, not to say no ever happen, no. Now the second time this it happened. During the days of Tijan Kaba, in second term, there was a guy, I don't remember his name, we filed a petition against Tijan Kaba. But it never show up in the court. So then they commodity. So not to the first time this follow we see this case. But this one will be an interesting case. We want to see how the Supreme Court go handle this. Mind you, the judiciary don't they under serious scrutiny by the government, by the people of Sierra Leone. One, lack of trust. Majority of Sierra Leoneans, they do not trust the judiciary because of the rapid or rampant corruption that take place there. And for let them dispense justice in matters like this, people can get doubt in them. In fact, not to we almost say, according to EU follow-up reports, they also don't accuse the judiciary as the second most corrupt, the third most corrupt institution in the country. They name 5 institutions. One of them would hand their way top of all the police, the parliament, the judiciary, the PPRC, and NEC. These are the 5 institutions where the European Union be claims say they're corrupt. But to be honest with you, not to this not a fact, not to any not fact, because we are Sierra Leoneans, both home and abroad, we know say na facts, then go prove. So what's in this mean? It depends on the justice where they handle that case there. If I repeat, if the judge then sustain the objection, say yes indeed, Dr. Samura Kamara gets the waiting and go petition against her, then validate her, in other words, they accept her, then it means Dr. Samura Kamara no go become the APC presidential aspirant. If you remember, if you know the following of this program, we come up with a similar scenario. Some people think, you not talk so, this, that. But it's good to be critical. It's good to expand your idea, not just feel comfortable with certain, not just move with the waves. Opinion, public opinion, yes, you can take on sometimes. Sometimes you find for like questioner. If you find like think, if you see everybody they move one side, be careful, not follow all. Sometimes not up. That makes sometimes we can always calm the other side. Try again for provoke some arguments for at least we get some sense. We get, even though it's just an ordinary analysis. Mind you, Abi Tokaya say, if because not too, this particular election, a very, very difficult election. This now one of the elections we have to determine the true worth of democracy. The truth worth of democracy. The reason why they say so, it seems as if some powers behind the scene now in the pull and string here. There are powers behind the scene where they do this. Accusation don't go many times where they accuse. In fact, there we have videos surfacing online where they say where purported clearly say the first lady, they say SLPP Marabio they go on a pause. So some of the ideas were come. One, Samura case, the Chancellor building. However, that case has been suspended till July after the election. Again, so it don't save, technically, it don't save from that part there. And it move, which means they don't clear, it gets the free will, it gets the comfort now for going to election. But this partner now in critical because why? The people that were filed against these are APC people, according to what we understand. Now, APC people in such a gap, then file petition against Dr. Samura Kamara, then say they object to in candidature, they want for let the Supreme Court of Salon look into it. Why Dr. Samura Kamara not will stand as a presidential candidate in June 24 election? Very, very critical. But you know, we just whether the people who they pull the string now they do it in the interest of the country or for themselves, only time will tell. But my own personal opinion, it's not a fact. You don't need to take on. I mean, just opinion. Whatever, if any miscalculation that judge do is succumb to pressure somewhere, or it take bribe or whatever, because we know say there has been serious allegations there for let judge them do that, then they're under pressure. Any judge will miscalculate for pass bad verdict on that particular petition, I believe, say perhaps, God forbid, it sets the country into flames. I don't want to talk, but sometimes we get to be brutal in saying the truth. That's it. The truth is the truth. Because we don't see the pattern at which this thing they move. It's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Why make a decision? Because a lot of people, majority of the people, based on public opinion, they want going to the election with the hope of Dr. Samura Kamara for let it be the flag bearer. Majority of people, apart from being APC, people just want to see how the content will look like. So it's very important. So if the judiciary will get question mark in terms of clean record in dispensing justice, then do anything blunder, I'm afraid perhaps things might turn in another angle. We pray, we hope, we pray and hope that result to that. So because the matter in a court, we're not going to go deep into that particular issue there. We'll not put it aside. As how the story they build in the court case against Samura Kamara, we will come back to this platform and inform on us respectfully. All right, so let's put on the aside. The second one, the Constitution of Salon, me and one of the people where for quite some time we don't advocate for make them pull up, then review them. One, many things and then at that place, another book, they will not like, will not want, will not make them way continue. For example, the power of the president. The powers of the president are overwhelming. They are too much. They are too much. This is why the country, they function, because it depends on the will, the political will of the president. Whatever get for happen at the country, if the political will of the president is not in line with the dictates of democracy, they move. We get institutions, and no doubt about it. We get very solid institutions. We country get strong institutions. But the problem is it's coming from the top, others from above. Unless we revisit the constitution, we revise the powers of the president, believe me, we're not going to move as a country. Now, what I want to talk now? Inside the constitution, they allow for make everybody for anybody who want all political, who want form a political party, you're free for do so. It's clear, it's very simple. However, then create PPRC, Political Party Registration Commission, for make it manage the constitution. Let manage the parties here, them parties here. Then for regulate and monitor them party here. However, the PPRC gets code of conduct. In fact, one of them code of conduct now that any political party will not get representative, not get executive now the provincial headquarters there, the main provincial headquarters there, not for allowed them to participate in election. Political party get forget structure, you get forget a solid executive, then get forget the ability for perform the national delegate conference and so on and so forth. If a political party no meets to that, they're not for allow them for take part na the by election. This now waiting the PPRC boss be say and also day now the PPRC act to then create 2002. If we follow program here, we come up with that particular clause there. Because we the rush for come online, we're not able to count that ASAP day, but maybe sometimes subsequent program will count that side day. Exactly, I just make just the paraphrase waiting PPRC be say. This what I doesn't talk so 9 PPRC be say. PPRC pull a statement say that clause, I don't know if not 38, and no one gets anything now. Like I said, we watch for Canada. PPRC say the clause where permits say any political party will not get offices at the provincial headquarters and the main one there, they're not for allow them for let them take part in the election. In fact, they say that they make an effective. It will be then the enforcer this year, then the enforcer. That was one of the things we could be look at and say now only 3 political parties be qualified at that time. Which of these political parties, APC, SLPP, NGC, these are the only 3 political parties back then where we talk, if you follow program here, we come up with and we qualify for stand at the June 24 general election 2023. However, I know happen if it magic. All of a sudden we see NEC, ECSL change the word. Now we get 13 political parties in that. Believe me or not, this is a fact. Some of those political parties do not even get 50 members there. They don't get even 50 members. And the law say then get forget a structure, then get forget a formidable executive, and then get forget providential headquarters there. Then get forget offices then are all the provincial headquarters. This is not the law. Now make they say we country it's not about institution, about enforcing, implementing those things and where the institution for do. Now, they don't pull word. PPRC don't pull word. They're not going to allow any political party for participate if you not meet that threshold. And none of those majority of those political parties do not meet the threshold of having executive across the country. You as a Sierra Leonean, you know what are they talk. You know what are they talk. Now, only a few political parties get the ability. One of them are APC, SLPP, NGC, and C4C of recent time where the weight then 2 political parties are that the C4C and the NGC, the weight don't reduce. You understand? So the rest of mankind, the other political parties don't get the weight for let them get offices now, all the provincial headquarters, which means technically they shouldn't be allowed in that ballot box in the first place. Because now so the law day, it's not about me wishing that. Not to me the talker. Now so we book say PPRC boss says talking clearly. It talking clearly. So why these 13 political parties now? Why the other political parties then go flop count now? I don't even understand. But somebody will ask me why Mohammed they come up with this. Now case I want bill. And when I can play for you this video, I come back for analyze. You go understand the reason we make Mohammed they go from constitution. They talk about political parties and so on and so forth. Now, not waste much time on this. Like, play this video. I'll come back and analyze for you why make Mohammed good outside it. Take a look at this one. But before we play this one first, we ask una share. Do you now that now the small favor we can ask. We want let people more people and get chance for watching. You can share in our WhatsApp groups where you join. You can share to friends, families. When I invite more people and go, let people and come. This is our own platform. Lower let go. All right.
You understand? And I will tell you for free, my brother, no government not succeed without smaller parties. No government not succeed without smaller parties. If today they think it's very easy for una delegate today, not because of una very support of Appa. APC if them for don't drag SLPP in all the different, you understand? Because one or another talk man this diplomacy una they play, it affects una. We see the August 10th insurrection. Now when we come out as an association, condemn the thing, you understand? See voted and call names. You get me? Even this PR system, had it been Appa, it should have been very, very difficult for SLPP. It should have been very, very, very difficult. You understand? But you know the reflect. But the party, you know, get people like in that kind. We go able to see. In fact, now we are now value than even the SLPP people. And now we are very close to election. Making on the focus like the strategy we use, very, very, very good. Now you don't need SLPP. You need opponents. You need political parties. You need waiting for. You understand? So now the right approach you take, so the right movement. But like what you say, you said it all. trust me, my brother, even for a month, we don't get a promise where they see every month. If now one back said they give leaders and they can go now. See the support. Some of we work them and we feel that we man and they point finger up and we say, well, now they kill myself no more.
Shame now we in civil society, they go to parliament, they go take sides. Shameful. Shameful. Women them have to take sides against the PR system. We come for better woman. Shame. Anyway, so if I can stop there.
Probably sometimes now that the time we reach political bring a strong liaison, we be able to make the power know some of the activity and bridge the gap between bad and because for State House, I'm not saying they all look to SFPO, but some then they really if you look at the action, you want out if you didn't have 2 years because if you now me na PLP, I didn't governance. All where they look around me, waiting will make us succeed. Forget about SFP members. They already on my own day. We are there outside. Because if they come and say power win, who are them? The internal government look the other parties and we did majority out of 17, we get 11. If 11 say power everything fair and fair, we endorse. That's it. So if that simple declaration day, a very important part they all go vote. That's
So me family, I know say this a clear. What's in this mean? Lack out 1 or 2 points there. You self don't listen carefully. The all political parties technically don't 8 political parties, you know, say they get this association and form where 8 of them then combine. Now, if you listen what they say, then say if, for example, the election, the conductor don't then rig the election. They're not talk rig, but if you listen the Creole clearly. Law we say they announce, say President B.O.B. Listen carefully. Who that the international community go listen to, according to them, now political parties. Then go pull a statement, then the 8 political parties, then go pull a statement and say the election is free and fair. Now, you see? Then say because the political parties, these are the now they want people now the international community now they then go look to and then they go ask one what the statement means a lot. So which means Kadiru, Buddha then be they talk to so Kadiru, la puts in face alone and see. Kadiru, now be they talk to directly. Kadiru na the spearhead President Julius Maada in no runoff election. Now in them we get a meeting with you. In other words, then go showing allegiance. You see what they talk? Why make a bit you see more maybe they go say we get for revisit the constitution and make certain thing rigid. Because if a political party is there, then they go sell out sooner because these are sell out. They are not man enough. Because if they are man enough, they are already in the ballot. Why they not go wait them go contest for themselves? Because they knew within themselves they're not gonna forget even 0.1%. They know they don't even get some of those political parties do not even get 20 members registered 20 members active 20 members. They don't get that. Some will not even get 50 self. But because we make them so flexible that every Jack and Jill go just grab one morning. They go register a political party. When at this time be seen 2022, where PPRC come up with a law, say we not for allow every Jack and Jill for just grab overnight, he said they go form political party for can stop. Just like what in Angaya they do. These guys clearly they're not for their selfish interest. You see? I mean, Paolo they kill himself on now. My wife can ask himself, what to another count to ambag this. You see? So what's in the relevance of the political party in the first place? Are they not trying to destroy our democracy? Because we nobody expects them. Now, if you look at the role of democracy, the role of political parties in a democracy, they don't even do nothing about that. A political party, now institution, where they are for govern, where not for only for wait for come into governance for make them begin do something. Therefore, champion the cause of good governance, helping the citizens create impact on the ordinary lives of the ordinary person. Almost for a bag of rice now is 700,000. The fear, the cost of living, people are suffering. What have these political parties done to question some of those effects? Forget about the government. I'm not talking about the government. This is about political parties. I mean, everyone. It's not about all of them, including APC. What did they not do? It seems some people somewhere that they don't know their role. They don't know their role. Absolutely. Because if these political parties know their role, then for behave more responsible and more practical. Now, what's in there for? For can sell, then for can sell out, you see. So which means if the allegation or the say NEC plan for rig the election in favor of the President Bio, SLPP, then go willing for support SLPP and pull the statement once they don't soak them pocket from Cadio. You see? This is Sierra Leone, my people. This is Sierra Leone. Can you imagine how cheap it is? So not to everybody will just gap overnight. They talk for, they go fetch for you. Now you actually care about you. You know? Now, what did they do? All them don't, in fact, all 8 of them don't pull a statement. Now they pull a statement. This statement so they do, they disassociate themselves from any planned protest, which means they already don't take side. Look out for another party. Look out for now quickly. They pull a letter. They pull a letter where they send to La Pu. All right. So if not the scene on the screen, so if not the scene on the screen, this now the all the 8 political parties and they write this letter. So we see so. Now they write this statement, a joint statement. I mean, it's just sorry that it may be too blurry or it's too small, you're not going to see it. But I will do a favor, I will read it within the day. If maybe you join me WhatsApp group, you will get this the letter itself. I'll read them for people and quickly. I'll read them quickly. All right. Now this thing right. Joint statement from 8 presidential candidates on the ECL's voter ID cards, 16 May 2023. All nominated presidential candidates of 8 registered political parties poised to take part in the June 24 general elections, we are compelled to talk to the public on the following issues. Number 1, all 8 presidential candidates here representing our various registered political parties are active members and participants of the ECSL Political Parties Liaison Committee, PPLC. Number 2, we acknowledge that the ECSL PPLC comprises stakeholders representative of all political parties that meet every 2 weeks to discuss matters about and around the June 24 elections 2023. Third, we also note that the ECSL PPLC stakeholders engagement as key participants, civil society organizations, the Sierra Leone Police, and the Political Parties Regulation Commission. 4, we have been ardent participants in all ECSS stakeholders engagement since the inception of the political process that will lead to the June 24 elections. We acknowledge, 5, that Appa, that all political parties association, monitored the biometric voter registration exercise from registration exhibitions and distribution of ID cards nationwide, and remain satisfied with the entire process, especially those relating to individual political parties. 6, we acknowledge that the PPLC has been instrumental in taking decisions on key ECLSL proposals starting from registration to date. 7, we also recall that the political parties at the PPLC commended the ECLSL for a successful BVR exercise nationwide. 8, we reminded that a particular PPLC meeting on the 30th March 2023 ECSL did a PowerPoint presentation on the voter cards detailing their security features and how it is different from the previous cards. Of particular importance was the voter identification number, VIN, which remains unprecedented. The ECSL PPLC also noted the poor quality photos on some voter ID cards, but not outright condemnation was resolved as to change it or not to use during elections. Given the above observations, we the 8 presidential candidates of the political parties listed below wish to make public the following. 1, that we align ourselves with other political parties and election stakeholders to affirm our commitment to a peaceful, smooth, and successful election process. That while we acknowledge that some voter ID cards have problems with the photos on them, such problem does not require their outright condemnation that will warrant our rejections and no participation in the June 24 elections. That we disassociate ourselves from the press release of the All People's Congress APC, which calls for protests and threatening not to take part in the June 24 election 2023. As presidential candidates of all of our political parties, we want to assure our members and the public of our participation in the June 24 election. We will not be part of any planned demonstration or boycotts. So, ladies and gentlemen, having listened to yourself, what the people have just arranged behind closed door, whatever closed door, open door or closed door, then police statements, you will take them for serious. These are the people, now them police statements, imagine, so which means, and they don't go sell out because this is on record. It's not me saying it. I'm not making it up. You see, the video blunt, it's clear, not to say somebody doctoral or whatever. No, you had them selling their votes. They already create they create they nurture and enabling a potential conflict. Let's say, for example, there is sufficient evidence. For example, listen me carefully, not misquote me. Listen carefully. Let's say there is sufficient evidence. This now in future with the talk. Let's say there is sufficient evidence that ECSL indeed rig the election. These people, they already sworn allegiance to Kadiru. Kadiru is a member of the SLPP, saying that if push come to push, if the international community asks, we, the 8 political party, because we are registered political parties, we get weight, we important pass the how they go vote. I go to and say, we important pass the one they would go vote. Now that, we go tell the international community, say, the election is free and fair, even though it is not free and fair. Not pull and down. Let's say, for example, then we say, if the election is not free and fair, we're not going to support you now. Please, let's just make something clear. It's the right of these political parties for make them align with any other political party, but not for doing in a delvish manner, not for doing in the detriment of democracy. This is not democracy. This is outrageous, unprecedented in the history of Sierra Leone. We see people are selling. This is not sell out. These people should protect democracy, but yet these people are there selling, destroying the nyaka democracy. Because why? That does make us say, why we even need them people? Are they even relevant? We just need probably 2 political parties. That's it. Or at least a third force. But we don't try over the years. We never get a third force. We can't have a third force. We don't know why. Because the people who they call the third force, they don't get the mind, they don't get the courage, they don't get the mental strength for make them stick to their words. They don't get the mental strength. Then they sell out. But the thing where they had we had a lot of people now. Some people that were just prove $1,000, $2,000, go salon, go form political party. They are about to destroy the political, the democratic space of Sierra Leone. This is dangerous to our nation. It's dangerous for the democracy. It's dangerous for good governance. You see? Behind the don't go talk. And look what they come up with. So it's clear. So let people just be aware that if ECS rigged the election, you have political parties who are there to support them, even though it's illegal, because these are their statements, not to miss for them. Now, Creole and talk, not to pan Spanish. Maybe if not pan Spanish and tell there is Spanish, I know we will interpret it. But this then talk and pan Creole. They say the international community, they count on them for pulling a statement, and that the statement, he gets wet. I must go give them behind closed door. I don't know. I'm not able to tell you, but definitely Kadiru, what we just tell you about now, man, way una know. These are the party then, you know. These are the party then. Some of them say, look, it's not the party then there, you know. Not party then there. So, family, with democracy, they are threats. With democracy, they in serious trouble. I'm telling you, with democracy, they in serious trouble. In serious trouble. I repeat, our democracy in Sierra Leone, we are calling on the international community to come to our aid. Our democracy is dying. No institutions, even political parties who are institutions by name, they are selling out. Every institution of the country has been politicized, has been bought over. Every institution, including SLAG, the journalists, the civil society, you name it, every institution don't go down the drain. And that is not democracy. That is now not to say it for B. Not to say it for B. So, the people, I believe that the people of Salon, they will rise up and defend their democracy, because them people like them just don't show you them true colors. True colors. True colors. True colors. So, I mean, anyway, let's read our text then quickly. Let's rush quick reading our text then. Let's rush quick reading our text then. All right, slowly take this first one. This one, they come up from Aruna. Where they say, Aruna Kamara, completely, our democracy has been mortgaged. Now we go. This one, they come up from Lucretia Ban. My family have never voted. All I wanted is peace for our country. Let everything go on peacefully. I never hear about tribes in our home. I can't speak any of the languages. We support you on this, Lucian Ban, for that particular text day. We need peace. Alhaji Kamara, this is the behavior of some members of the APC. Even in the case of former President Honest by Koruma, there were a lot of issues. At last, he became the president. So, to me, this is not new. Thank you. This one, they come up from Patrick B. Lamin. Please, want peace. I think the person wants to say, we want peace for our beloved country, Sierra Leone. Yeah, we want it. No. This one, they come up from Isata. Okay. Isata Dumbuya, they say, this is really sad. What is really going on in Sierra Leone? May Allah help us. Indeed, may God help us. This one, they come up from Sori M. Kone. We don't have strong institutions. I disagree with you that strong institutions are independent, but ours are not. We need strong institutions. Strong institutions, the backbone. I don't know what in Sori they try for object here. Maybe something or even yeah, what they say, because I talk about strong institution. You they say disagreed or you say strong institution. I don't know which they ever put. Absolutely, sorry. All right, sorry about that. Anyway, now they're not clear for me. This one they come up from John Fode. Samura will lose the election. All right, this one they come up from. Abdul Sila. If I'm Samura, I will go independent and leave the APC party for them. Then 2 pass Mark Bo. This one they come on from Mabinti Sise, ITPP family. We all know that. We all know what is going on. Those are the so-called APC on people on the SLPP payroll. These people are bent on bringing trouble in that country. The people are suffering and tired. This one they come up from Aladi Kamara. Thank you, my brother, for giving us correct news. But nothing will stop Dr. Samura Kamara to be the next president of Sierra Leone come June 24 by God's grace, by Allah's grace. This one they come up from EJ. Bio government as is puppet within the APC party to stop Dr. Samura to run. Pure desperation by the SLPP government. This one they come out. John Fode. Okay, I think I'd already done there. All right, baby to Lagar. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Yes, this one they come up from Aisha Kester. Blessed afternoon to all beautiful people. Welcome, Aisha. How are you doing? And this one they come up from George Williams. We want to get this big secret here. You don't hear now, you know. All right. So anyway, we'll come back for the next set of new. We come. Okay, now take this last one. Abdul Kabar Toure. At this point in our country politics, the people of Sierra Leone now should go out and vote massively on election day against this crooked government to finally destabilize these forces in the APC. All right, and this one they come out from Abdul Sharif. Let's unite and build our country, Sierra Leone. All right, I'll count for the second leg of the text then. Now we jump go at the next issue, the program. Now, the next one we will count to now the issue about the Bank of Salone. Listen to what the deputy director under the financial in the Department of Financial Markets, now the Bank of Salone, what he get for say this morning on an interview on Radio Democracy. Listen to what he say. Will they come and do your own short analysis? Listen this one. When Boima.
The Deputy Director of Financial Markets Department at the Bank of Salone, Thomas Boima, they can talk about the guideline them where the Bank of Salone don't put together on how people for begin use different currency them apart from the loans for do different transactions them na Salone as now the Bank of Salone through the Ministry of Finance being cargo the Bank of Salone Act 2019 na Parliament for let Parliament go amend them. Usai we see inside April 2023 Parliament being agreed for the Bank of Salone Amendment Act of 2023. We don't give power to the bank for let them provide and show how people for use other currency them apart from the loans for do different transaction them na Salone. Well, all of what's in this entail this morning, you know, inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salone. And once more, I want to welcome the Deputy Director for Financial Market Department, now the Bank of Salone, Thomas Boima. Good morning once more and welcome to the program again.
Thank you very much, madam.
All right, I just don't tell listeners and we view them on Facebook, so you didn't have the program this morning. For can tell them about the guidelines them where the bank don't develop as Parliament don't agree for the Bank of Salone Act 2023. We're going to the power for develop the particular guidelines and on how people for begin use different currencies them na Salone for do transaction apart from the leons when are the official currency for the country. But before we can go into the guidelines then, because the power come from the act where parliament agree for, just tell listeners then, because now the bank through the Ministry of Finance be carry go the act na parliament for an amendment. Just tell the listeners and viewers and force why the bank be need an amendment to the 2019 act we don't turn to 2023 act now. Why una be need the amendment?
Well, thank you very much for that question. As we all know, in we old law, we don't prohibit transactions we denominated in foreign currencies. That is, for use other currencies apart from the leon would be don't say unlawful. But then we can't see lots of transactions then they will by their nature then require for be done in foreign currency. I'll give a list of them as we go along. So the bank indeed gets some consultation with key stakeholders over the time, and we don't assess and see that it's necessary that we allow some of the transactions then they for be done in foreign currency, so that we're able to reduce the pressure what we see in the foreign exchange market.
So, like you said, the all acts we una been the use now, una been don't talk say people na salon for do transaction in foreign currencies. For example, I remember we will be hosting at the last time we the issue of landlord the way they ask for the rentage in dollars, the bank be don't put in foot down, and the law be don't they say people not for do transaction in other currencies them na the country but the leons. Now una go back na parliament, forget this change for let people begin use other currencies them again as salon in instead of the leons alone. The change we una make now, wait una fenot we make una say this not go work. Let we go back, let people begin use other currencies.
We see that some contract then they in foreign currencies we parliament don't approve, and once parliament don't approve something, it should be done, and therefore that's one area that we will look at. And also we see that some payment in the way it require for be done in foreign currency, because as a country we are a party to some international treaties and agreement. So once your government don't sign the agreement in the or then treaties then you get for obey the rules then they. But then also we see that some contract then they we now foreign funded, that is the money wouldn't be used for funding project then they come from abroad, and so such project then they can also require for higher services of expertise with they take them from abroad. Come with somebody from abroad, you compare in Leon, particularly with the project funding in foreign currency. So the bank look at all of them something and demand fit that we can allow some transactions for be done in foreign currency.
Now we look at
so Fambul, we country sometimes if you buy na film, if you buy like na jokers they'll get. This is how they talk about competency. It's very, very important word Nandi. It seems as if these guys they don't know what they do. Absolutely, absolutely. And some of these people if you check, you should see their resume. If you see some of them, then it was shock for say that some of them get PhD, then get now professors there. This just they provoke the thoughts every day to you for tell you say it's not about having those big degrees sometimes, they work. It's about the person in usefulness. If the person puts in square peg and round holes, they work. Some people, their particular specialization, or their skill, or their expertise, not that they're stupid, but if you force somebody in a particular segment, in a particular corner, just because na a party it come out, just because you want award them, this not the result. You put incompetent people there. This some of them people then get involved in a society where then go there, where not of can destroy the economy. Put people away qualify in the area where sensitive, where they match up to the experience and competency. If you are award person because of my party member or whatever, fence puts for her. Acts are what's incapable for do. Most of the people that them put at that bank of Salon, they are not capable. They not get the necessary experience, they not get the expertise, but because now government appointed jobs there, then they now they mess up the country. Some of them think are them very, very easy to do if you really know how to do it. Not a magic, just follow the rigorous process, the policy, do the needful. But where all these things they happen at the country, years back, will not be the get expatriates then? Would they get expatriates then? Then say that they can't allow, and this not a sign. My family, this not a sign for tell you say the economy is sick. Not a sign. This not the clear sign. Zimbabwe, then go into them problem here. Time come, the Zimbabwe dollar become worthless to a point that they get for allow, they make a regulation for allow for use foreign currency, a dollar, pound. It don't work for them. No, they depend on another one, gold coin. Then print money, then say, this not sign for we, for say we country, we loans they become more worthless. This not sign. Mark this word with tell you. If we not get sober people, then for go man the Bank of Salon, yanda, we economy don't sick. It don't sick. They on life support right now. So don't hope we get people away get for good at the right place there. Because this is not clear sign. Not so this excuse, not just for the public consumption, but the reality is that the loans, the depreciation of the loans, it don't pass water. It don't pass water. They don't see this. So that made them come up with this. First, there was a law banning the use of foreign currency. Now, there is a law allowing the use of foreign currency in exchange for the loans. You see? Flip-flop, talk this plan. But while all this they happen, you go credit all this trouble to this guy. See ya. No. Oh, the boy they enjoy. You see, the boy they enjoy. The boy will mess up the country economy. The bank governor. You know, last week or so, he put another video. Yeah, he's here. He be the mime. He be do karaoke. Today, na mute, na dance, buggy. Wow, Salomoni. Hey. My God. Now they can begin use dollar, pound, sterling, euro. Wow. Show equality, man. So this are like provocation. If you watch the clip, you see a give person in phone made a video. You see, after that short clip, you go take him. Listen, what he do. Listen, this man.
And this don't they make government spend plenty couple in dollars. Forget loans where he said this don't the losses government.
We wasted $68 million to bribe people who were hoarding loans to bring it into the bank.
Not to me, so
and this don't they make government spend plenty couple in dollars. Forget loans where he said this don't the losses government.
We wasted $68 million to bribe people who were hoarding loans to bring it into the bank.
The $8 million wasted in bribing. So why the panel for dance? Why the panel for chill, man? I mean, with that kind of huge money, why you not for chill, man? It's for chill. When we begin blast this man back then, people and say we hate the government. People and say we now we just there for criticize. So you wanna see the repercussion now. If when we become, and some of we all in our social media, we not go, I know the studio account begin talk out of humility, out of humbleness. Now that makes sometimes we can just they give some recommendation. It's not about the can show sense we sabi book or whatever. No, not like that. But now we own small contribution they make in our society to people. Some of these things where I look like some of the things we don't they recommend before now. I'll put that slide there. Back then, I'll be do recommendations. Say if the Bank of Salon focus on the issue, perhaps things will be much more improved. Now put for some of them here will be done. If they follow program back then, this now the thing this will be put. See what the central bank should be doing. This some of my recommendation will be do where I be feel say this will make a big difference. You know, we don't want talk because it's easy for criticize. We most of the time when they criticize, we come up with solution. One of the things where I feel say the Bank of Salon, this na my opinion, and this if we check on, if they implement them key points that will be named, it will make a big difference. Now look at the exchange rate management. This is one area. Maintaining a stable exchange rate is a crucial in controlling inflation. We mentioned this in one of the program where na my personal opinion, where I feel say if the government, because then they listen, just I don't know they take them because someone you know one just land if he says I'll be everything. But there are people there, they're not in that position and but they know what you know. Just like we self know, you know something we self know. Another thing, significant depreciation in the currency can lead to imported inflation as cost of imported goods and raw materials increases. You see, one of the things we'll be look at, we got to look at we got to support the loan. One way for support the loan is for get enough currency, the foreign currency. Why? Because the loans not to international money. Whenever we go international for go buy food and for go buy goods and services, we need foreign currency. If we not get it is suffer. The loan inflation they take place because scarcity and they cause inflation. Scarcity. If the dollar is scarce, in price they go up. It cause inflation. So the $1 instead of you buying cheap because boku, you know that you buy dear because you know they. It's simple as that. Another point will be raised back. Another point will be raised back. The central bank should implement a sound and effective monetary policy. This involves using tools like interest rate, reserve requirements, and open market operation to control money supply in the economy. Now, these are the points. Even though they increase interest rate, but it's still not a match up. Why? Because reserve requirements. We reserve don't depreciate, don't depleted. If we not get reserve in that economy, you know they move. This is not just fact. This is not a rocket science, not to say, I mean, even sober, if you get a sober-minded WA student will really study well, then it's clear he did it. The reserve requirements, we not get loans. I mean, sorry, we not get foreign reserve. And if we not get foreign reserve, because one, we not they produce. We produce very limited. The foreign currency will be the get mainly enough from exports of mineral resources there, where don't become affected now. So now very small amounts they come we sell now, and the money they come, they already get targets. Politicians are ready for user, and now the worst case is scenario that the user money that they will reserve for pay politicians where they work in a salon, they pay them in dollars. Some they pay them in pounds. Some they pay them in euro. So what's how they get reserve? Reserve requirement, we got forget reserve requirement for support the balance the economy with the loans. The last one where I mentioned is about price control. You know, in certain situations, price control may be implemented selectively to address excessive price increases in essential goods and services. Now, rest now 700,000. 700,000. Anyway, these are some of the the recommendation will put, we will know if them be take this one, perhaps big change will happen. But you know, sometimes you know how country they go at all. You know. But anyway, this is Saloon. You know, then they sent for me one. They sent for me one funny clip where Losef Putana, Losef called the brain with phone. This na a fight. Family we can open the line. Now the line, now the system, now they can open the line. Lord, watch this funny clip.
Ina Samura. Madam, you na the black one. He couch in Kamajo. You see the Kamajo with the snapper. Na the Debian.
I try this one.
Yes. So let no more say finally Samura don't win. You don't see the one car boots. Madam, you don't go take rebel. Don't go take Kamajo there. You don't see. Let's surrender. You don't run. Madam, you don't run. Nah, Madam, you run. Samura Bicham. Madam, you run. You don't run. You don't run. You watch hand. Look, mother. And they tell you, hey, Samura, way. Hey, you don't run. Hey, yeah. Look there, you don't see there. You don't see Madam, you where they run. You don't see Madam, you run. Say down, now watch out. Hey, look at Madam, you run. Hey, you don't see. Madam, you look at the run. Look over Madam, you run. Look out to me, in Amada. Look over Madam, you run. Hey. Oh, Samura. Hey, Samura. Debianam. Oh, Samura. Madam, you don't run. Kaso, you get people. Hey, look up. Samura, go there. Samura can't go there. Now, Madam, you. Samura, go there. Look at her. Go there back. Go meet her. Yeah, Samura. Yeah. I tell you, Madam, you don't love the country. Samura, Ruda. Go down there. Go meet her. Yeah, go meet her. Go there. Hey, look at. Yeah, cherry cocoa. Yeah. I tell you, cherry cocoa, Samura. Yeah, follow them. Pull out of the country.
So, family, that was just a short one for there. I mean, you know, life will not take life too serious. Sometimes you need fun. But you know, Samura, I feel like you don't get fed and anyway, so watch. Madam, you run Samura, they wanna tell. But anyway, not just a funny one. So, family, the line open. What can I take based on them? The discussion we don't get. If we say the Supreme Court will uphold the objection against Dr. Samura Kamara, if it happen, waiting will be na you take. The line open. We will call winner. What do you think about this one force? The second one, the all political parties. The all political parties then sell out. Then say in case they rig the election, in case technically because we don't interpret their words, they will support. They will pull a statement and talk to the international community that the election is free and fair. Not take on a text. This one they come up from. This one they come up from Sierra never mind the trouble. Aisha Kester, we are so amorous. Yeah, indeed. And this one they come out. TPP, the government has failed in all areas. All their professors are of substance that this is a big shame to our country, which used to be the anthem of education in West Africa, now has turned to a farm. And Yes, Samuel to say welcome. Yeah, you know, you get a chance for repeat the program. Musa come out. Yeah, see, I'm so late for the program. All the same, better late than ever. Yeah, you can repeat the program and get. And this one will come up from Maria to Kamara. All of the politicians are fighting for their pockets, not for the country. May Allah have mercy on that country. Yes, indeed, I agree with you. This is clear. This is clear. These guys are clear. Clear. This one they come up from Zainab Koroma. Thanks, my brother. May God continue to expose them. Thank you to Zainab. And this one come up from Yusuf to say Trump served one term. Who is Bio not to serve? And yes, Abdul Sharif, let's unite and build our country. Yeah. All right, so Fambul, we get few more time for close the program. We don't close the program on a begin call. If you get for contribute now, I think it's the right time for do so. Otherwise, we go end the program and come back another day. We will do the follow-up on those issues, particularly the issue of Dr. Samura Kamara in case na courts. But I know saying a case so long for speed up because elections are just around the corner, and therefore the Supreme Court no go joke. They will just put they will just put more effort in bringing decision on that case day as soon as possible. That which we hope for. So in the next few minutes, the program they end. So Una can call now. We'll just take short music break. We'll come back.
Country slow, we want for no. Why not they grow? Yeah, ebo, we want for no. Wait make we country they go slow. Wait make it all they grow. Yes, so I can for sure. Yes, I can for sure them thing them way they make we know they grow. Say now we they die from. If I they try for go before, I beg do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make them low? Yes, so if I try for go before, I beg do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make them low? Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in unity. Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in harmony. Yes, so don't we for do them thing now we go make we smarter, thing now we go make we stronger, thing now we go make we nation last much longer. So we life them go better. Yes, so but we for left them thing now we go make we scatter, thing now we go bring palava, thing now we go make we nation well panambara, make we people scatter.
Scanty you talk about. I like them.
Thing them like half flavor plaba, political party wahala. Thing them we go make we agba, them put we con.
Sing along, say yeah. So family, they wrap up the program. We go follow up with these issues that where they make rounds. Now the social media, anyone who see much interested on when I go get interested, we'll definitely come up with time. All right, okay. Yeah, so we'll carry about. Yeah, I sat up. Thank you very much. Yeah. This one, Beatrice Cano, everyone is a doctor, yeah, doctor. Samura Kama again, sorry for the country. All right, so family, we go tap the program here. We'll come back another day, hopefully.
Oh yeah, talking point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah, Unale we pledge, we love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.